Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Real Hardcore Minecraft. Now, we're just starting day 401 and I think it's time to build something a little bit different. Now, previously we did build a village and then we built the bridge over there, but I think it's time to come back to this area here and try and figure out what's going to be going on. Because if I go into free cam, quite frankly, it just looks like a massive mess. I do have a vague idea for how I want to change this. I want to cut this little bit off here and create some kind of peninsula stretching out to about here with a lighthouse on it. And I've never built a lighthouse, so this might be a little bit challenging and I hope it turns out well, but we're gonna have to find out very soon. Now, I think the best way to start this is to, I guess, just shave that bit of the mountain off, because that is definitely the easiest part to start with. I mean, after all, it is just a little bit of digging, but in order to do that, I do need to fix my stuff because it's a little bit broken right now. So let me head over to the end so we can get that done. Man, this place is looking so good. Look at the bridge as we fly over towards it. I think it looks so good, man. Oh my days. It is gorgeous. Let me check to see if I've got any other tools that need fixed. Not really. I think they're all pretty good. It's just the pickaxe and the shovel. I'm actually going to grab my other pickaxe as well, because if you guys aren't new around here, you know that I'm slowly digging out the area just above the end portal so we can create some kind of better entrance, because right now it is pretty bad. I like to try and fly through some of these jungle trees sometimes just with a little bit of a challenge. I guess it's not really much of a challenge, it's just a little bit more exciting. Did you guys see that? Oh my days. See what I mean? Just a little bit more exciting than just flying through the sky. I think creating some kind of obstacle course for an elytra eventually would be cool. It could also be the way that we lose this world, but I guess it'll be a cool way to lose it. So this is what we got now. It's slowly getting bigger. Definitely nowhere near as big as it needs to be, but it's getting there. So I guess I'll just dig out another straight line. And there we go. That's another line dug out. It's slowly getting bigger, but definitely nowhere near how big it needs to be able to start working on this project. There's a lot of things I want to do first. Anyway, so don't worry, we got a lot of time. And we come here a lot. So slowly and over time, this is going to get to where we need it to be. Anyway, let me go in and fix all of my tools. And there we go. Everything is now fixed, including our elytra, which was getting pretty low. So I'm glad we came here and got that all done. So let's head back and start working on that little area over there. All right, so we're over on that little spot that we're going to get dug down. And I brought a couple of shulker boxes just to make sure that we can store everything. And I think we're going to be pretty sweet. So let me make sure I got my silk touch and my silk touch pick. And we're just going to start digging this all the way down. I'm not going to do any work on the blocks underneath the water just yet, just until I can figure out, you know, the peninsula side so I can make it look decent, if you know what I mean. But we are going to dig it all the way under the water. So I guess we're just going to start. I'm also going to make sure to change this to the stone just so we can get this looking all right still, because I don't want it to look weird. Man, I've literally been digging for maybe a minute or two and we're already down at the water level. This was a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be and a lot easier to get down. So hey, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. Maybe it's because we've done so many huge terraforming things. I guess maybe that's make this feel like it's so much quicker, but who knows? Maybe I'm just going crazy. Time just flies by way too fast when I do this now. I guess that's not really a big issue though, so I'm not going to complain at all. But I am going to try and give this mountain a little bit more shape, because right now it is pretty shapeless. We got to give it the perfect curves, you know what I mean? Got to get this thing looking bloody beautiful, mate. Making sure I change all of the dirt as well to stone, because if there's dirt underneath, I think it just looks weird. And I'm sorry, I have to do a little bit of a shameless promotion. If you guys do want to see how I build these mountains, I actually have a tutorial on my channel showing exactly my thought process and how I do it, just trimming and, you know, all the texture and the planning. So if you do want to build mountains like this, I don't know if anyone else builds them like this, but I hope it's unique. I hope I'm the only one that does this. Maybe I'm not. But if you want to see how I build these mountains, then yeah, there's a video on my channel showing exactly how to plan it, how to build it, and all that good stuff, how to make it look good, you know what I mean? But at least get you started, maybe some ideas. Don't have to make them exactly, but I guess if you can see my thought process, maybe you can come up with something unique. I don't know. If you want to see it, it's on my channel somewhere. But I'm pretty happy with that shape just on this outside. I do need to dig down this side as well, but this side I think is looking kind of good. The top's a little bit weird actually. Let me give that a little bit of a different shape. I'll bring this down a little bit like that. Boom. Okay, now that's good. Yeah, that's nicer. Beautiful, mate. All right, let me dig around here ever so slightly. By the way, I'm making sure I collect all of this dye right now. I used to hate this block, but I think it's okay. Not only because, you know, it's a beautiful white, especially if you make the polished diorite, but also you can turn it into andesite, which is one of the best blocks in the game for texturing, especially when you're using stone. So I think diorite is a lot better. I think granite, I don't know, I feel like that's pretty useless. Maybe I can find a use for it eventually, but right now I don't think there's anything I really use it for. But I am still collecting it. I have a ton of it back in my base somewhere, and you know, I have a whole chest dedicated to it, even though I barely use it. But yeah, I used to just throw diorite away because I had no idea that you could actually turn it into andesite. So that was such an awesome discovery for me. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit more, just up to this line here, just because I'm not exactly sure how I want this area over here to look. I think I'm gonna bring it out a little bit more and then have that connect up to this bridge here. I might as well just try and collect some of this diorite in here because I know I'm always using andesite and I'm always running low on it. So I might as well, while I'm here and gonna change this area anyway, might as well just collect it. That granite can stay right where it is though. I'm not touching none of that. Get out of here. It's disgusting. Anyway, let's shape this up a little bit better. Maybe we'll go to there. Ooh, hold on a second there. Hold on a second there, buddy. Back up a little bit. Let me dig this down a little bit. Right there, right now. Boom. Okay. Okay, look at that, ladies and gentle bodies. There we go. Now this kind of side here is looking so much better. Hasn't got that weird bit sticking out like a pimple. So now all that I need to do is dig this down below, I guess, sea level. And don't worry, I know this looks really bad. I will eventually dig this down as well, just once I have this side figured out as well, because, you know, I'm building a peninsula and I don't want to have to dig the angle twice. I want to be able to do it once, make sure it looks good. And I have to change it after I add the other side as well. Gotta make sure the water flows. If there's any blocks that are dug, so like for example, if I dig this block down too far and then I try and have the water flow over, it's not going to make a full water source. I have to make sure it's all flat just like that. Then it's going to turn into infinite. So over here as well, see how that's not changing to flood over? It's not going to infinite. If I do that, it should fill in. Hold on. Nope, there's one over here. My bad. If I fill this, it'll all flood in. Watch this. Beautiful. Yeah, baby. You don't want any flowing water. It looks weird. So you want to try and, if you're expanding, I guess, an ocean, make sure it all fills in properly. I'm just going to dig this all the way down here, just so we have a flat edge to work with, just so that when I'm ready to kind of expand it, I don't have to do any weird terraforming. There's a nice straight line for me to work off. And it does give me a better idea of where I plan this side of the water to go, because this is kind of how far I want it to be. I do want this to have like a little bit of an edge here, so it sticks out a little bit into the water, and then maybe a little beach here. I don't know. I'm still kind of trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to do here. I do know there's going to be a mountain built up through here ever so slightly, so I can connect the main road through this bridge all the way to the other side over here, connecting to this. I guess it's technically the same land mass, but there's this massive river going through the middle, and I do want to kind of fix up the shape because right now it's really weird, but we're working on the entrance today. So now this side is done. Obviously it looks weird with this being so high up. That needs to be dug down as well, but on this side I do need to create the peninsula. So I'm thinking of having it come out kind of straight at the start and then curving over to the is that the right? I guess if you're facing the base, coming out straight and then curving to the right. But if you're looking out, I guess it's curving to the left. But now that this side's done, I can kind of just plan that. So the day's almost over. So we're almost on day 403. Well, I guess we're about to start night 402. So we got to get a bit of a wriggle on. Let's see if I can fly. Can I jump out of the water? No. Hold on a minute. Let me see what I can do. If I try and... Oh, yeah, that was cool. I didn't know you could do that. But you got to be standing on one block, I guess. One block deep. All right, so I'm going to use dirt just to kind of mark this out because I have absolutely no idea how this is going to look right now. So I'm thinking, let me get my elytra off, because when you're in water, I've noticed the elytra kind of makes it a little bit awkward sometimes. So I'll come out, then we'll have it kick out a little bit more. Then it's going to start to curve back. No, I think we've done that too early. I think that's a little bit too wide maybe. Or maybe it's okay. I think that might be okay. Let me see. We'll just keep going. If it looks strange, I'll just change it later. Okay, now it's going to start to curve a little bit more. So it's kind of in line with the middle of this area here, like that. So if we have a look at that from the sky, you can see a kind of gradual curve. I think that should be okay. So now if I kind of build some kind of circular area like this, I think that should be big enough. So I'm going to just fill that in exactly like this. Okay, now I'm going to fatten this up a little bit because I want it to be about maybe 3 or 4 blocks wide, and we're out of dirt. So let me just place some grass in because we only have a couple blocks. But thankfully, whoop, I don't have my elytron. That was awkward. But thankfully, I do have a bunch of chests over here filled to the brim of just random stuff, which I think we're going to be able to put a little bit of a hole in now. Thankfully, because there was so much stuff we got. Oh, I'm going to need to make sure I light up this area too. Anyway, let me quickly just continue filling this in until we're all the way at the end. And then as we get a little bit closer to the land, it should get quite a lot wider, just like this. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Do I have torches in here somewhere? No. What about in these chests up here? Let's have a quick goose. Oh yeah, we got tons. Beautiful, mate. All right, let's have a look at that. How does that look? Okay, this bit up here needs to be a bit fattened up as well, just like we did on the other side. I think that should be good. Yeah, that's looking all right. Now, keep in mind, I am going to raise this a little bit and have some extra blocks on the side. So this is kind of just a rough sketch, but I think it's looking okay. I'm going to try and find some stone bricks. Beautiful. 17. Hopefully that's enough. I might need to grab... Hold on. I got a shulker box of stone, don't I? Oh my goodness. Okay, now we got plenty of stone bricks. I'm going to use these stone bricks to kind of plan out where the lighthouse is going to be. I'm thinking kind of right on this corner here. So I think I'm just going to go with a shape like this. Maybe I'll move it out a little bit more. Hold on. That's too close to the middle because I do want like a little house attached to it. No. Oh my goodness. This is probably the hardest part. I'll go here. Okay, let's see how that looks. Shall we? Okay, that's looking all right. Now, I'm also going to have like a house come out here a little bit. Very, very small, just like an entrance kind of thing. So that would be the general shape of it, which I think is okay. I do want like a couple trees around the edge, maybe some farms, and similar to how the area over there looks with the trees and the farms, I think, because I am going to use coarse dirt through the middle here to connect it. Now, I do need to raise this. So I'm thinking the best way to do that, I know I want this to be just 1 block above the ground, at least this peninsula part here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and grab some coarse dirt because that's going to be the path that we use. So have I got any in here? I got gravel and I got dirt. So that will be bloody beautiful, mate. I don't need that much on my days. Almost created like 8 stacks then. So this path will come down towards here. So let me fill this bit in here. Then it's going to move down here a bit. Then one more time. Oh, no. Hold on. It'll stay at this height. Okay. And then it's going to come through here. Let's give it a little bit more shape there. It's going to be a relatively thin path and it's going to wrap towards the front hand side of this up into the build right there. So now I need to fatten this boy up. So maybe a couple blocks here and there. Okay, that's too wide. Way too wide. Now it's too thin. Oh my days. Oh my goodness me. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that's a decent size. Now I guess I'll use that as a rough kind of estimate for how wide the grass around it should be. So I am going to place some grass blocks every couple blocks around here just so we can get a little bit of faster grass growth. Oh my days. I think I said grass growth. Oh my days. I'm gonna keep that in just so you guys can see I am a human. Okay, I'm not a robot. I do make mistakes, alright? My speech is not perfect. I say some weird things sometimes. Anyway, that's enough rambling. What am I talking about? I'm going to place grass blocks around so we can get a bit of faster grass growth. Okay, I said it right that time. Because having dirt right next to the coarse dirt makes it a little bit hard to see kind of where the path is actually going. So I might fatten up a couple of these spots around here, just where I think it needs a little bit more, just so we can get the shape right before I start building into the water. I've never made a peninsula like this in Minecraft. I'm so excited to see how this turns out. I know we've done a lot of like huge builds. Like, I mean, it's not enormous, but it's pretty big. Like, we did this whole section in one video. I want to come back to doing like the smaller builds. I was feeling like the builds weren't big enough, so I kept trying to make bigger and bigger, but you know, I don't want to just be chasing, you know, the bigger and bigger project because that'll get boring and a bit overwhelming. I want to do some nice smaller things like this. I enjoy this a lot more. I'm not going to lie. All right, look at that. That's looking a lot better. Now that we've got the coarse dirt in there, we've got a bit of grass growing. Let's add some in here as well. Yeah, that'll be all right. Okay, that'll be fine. So let's go ahead and beef this up a little bit more. Just raise all the dirt by 1. Oh, we're out of dirt. Oh my days, guys. This is using so much dirt. I guess it is because I did make 2 layers of it. I did the first layer mostly just for the planning. You know, while I'm here, let me grab some spruce. Do I have spruce? How do I not have spruce in these chests? What on earth? I know for sure I've got it in here. Okay, spruce planks. That'll do, I guess. Oh, hold on. Spruce slabs. There we go. Do I have spruce logs? I don't. What? Might have farmed some of them today too. Okay, so let me finish filling up all of this dirt here and fatten this side up a little bit, just where I think it needs a little bit more. There we go. Okay, that's a lot wider. I hope that looks okay, because I wasn't planning on going this wide, but I guess if it looks okay, it'll be fine. Okay, there we go. I've got like it tapering down a little bit, just as it comes towards this land a little bit more, because I do have like a plan for a little cove here or something. I think that's what it's called. I hope that's what it's called. But I'll fill this side in too, just like that. Okay, let's have a look at that from the sky. I think it's looking okay. I think it's gonna turn out pretty nice. So over here, I'm gonna leave that line of stone there, and I'm just gonna fill it in the middle with some spruce planks. I don't have my axe. That's a bit annoying. Boom, boom. Okay. So now on the corners, I want something like this, something like that, and I guess I'll add that in too. I am going to need to grab some spruce logs. So let me empty my inventory just into these shulkers here. And I'm going to grab, I guess, a bunch of bones. We'll do the exact same thing we did before. Do I have bones in here? Oh, I do. Look at that. Oh, we got bone meal. I'll use 64 bone meal. I guess however many logs 64 bone meal gets us. Where are my saplings? There they are. Beautiful. And we'll just do the same thing we did before, just over in this area here. Just bone meal up a tree, chop it down, and yeah, I'll do that for a full stack of bone meal and see how much logs that gets us. So I'll see you guys in 1 second. And that is now done. I didn't get through the whole thing of bone meal, but we got a full inventory anyway, and way more spruce than we could need. Now I really only should need a couple stacks, so I'll keep 4 with me for now, and I'm hoping that should be enough to get us through this, at least first part of the project. So I want some spruce pillars through the middle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up by, I'm thinking 10 blocks. 10 blocks should be a good little height for us. So 2, 3, 4, and 10. Beautiful. And I'll do that for all 4 sides. And for this, I'm going to use 3 scaffolding, then place a log like that. Okay, I shouldn't have jumped down. That's a bit silly. And then I'll just build this up to 10. Okay, so I'm going to use scaffolding to get up for now, just because I can't be bothered making some ladders, to be honest with you. I am going to strip all of these logs too, just like that. Beautiful. Okay, let's have a look at that height. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. It doesn't look huge because obviously that mountain is absolutely enormous, but it is still pretty tall, and I think that's a good little height for, you know, the top of the lighthouse. I've never actually built a lighthouse before, so this is definitely my first attempt. I've never actually tried to build a lighthouse, so yeah, this is the first for me. Now, I don't know why I keep having to fly all the way over here. I should bring these shulkers over to this spot here, because this is where we're going to be doing all the building. So we'll place these cheeky buggers in here, get the crafting table, and I'm going to make up some stone brick stairs. Oh, I need more than that for sure. 64. Sure, why not? I'm going to place them in like this, just to create this kind of peak at the bottom. Not 100% sure what I'm going to do for this building here. I'm assuming I'm going to have some pillars like this, maybe up by 4, and then connecting through into there. We'll go like that for now. I think that should be pretty good. I think that looks all right, to be honest with you. That's nice. Now, another thing I'm going to use sandstone. So I haven't used sandstone in any of the builds, and we've got a lot of sand. I mean, look at this. So much. So I'm going to use this. I might use regular sand and smooth sandstone as a texture. Let me see. We can make smooth sandstone like that, right? No, that's cut sandstone. How do you make smooth sandstone? Okay, I apparently need to smelt sandstone in a furnace. So let me go back to my base and get that done. We shouldn't need much, maybe half a stack. So I'll just make up a quick half stack just so we have some of it. Oh, I guess I'll use a full stack. Since why not? Oh, I found one with 1 gold block. Look at that. Maybe that's a waste. Who knows? Yep, there we go. Smooth sandstone. That's what we need. Now, if I grab this and I place that next to a regular sand, look how close that texture is. I think that's pretty much as close as you can get. So I'm hoping the texturing will be enough to make sense. I'm really hoping so, because if not, it's going to be a bit weird. Man, this takes so long to cook. What on earth? I've been waiting here for like a couple minutes now. We got 16. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more sandstone, and I'm going to try using maybe regular sandstone and some smooth sandstone. for the texturing because I think the smooth sandstone and the regular sand might be a little bit too close. So I'm going to take that for now, just because it's taking so long. I'm getting a bit bored, just sitting there waiting for the sandstone. And I'm going to start kind of planning it, just so I can see how it looks with the sandstone. Oh, I forgot to light up the area. Where's my sword? Get out of here, mate. Let me throw down a bunch of torches again, just on the path. Alright, let's go ahead and fill this in. Maybe I'll use regular sandstone at the bottom just because you're only going to see a tiny bit of it. We'll go up to... I'm going to need to go all the way up, aren't I? Okay, so let's see how that looks. I think that looks okay. What if I throw in a little bit of sand? How is that going to change things? Let's have a gaze at that. Okay, yeah, I think having the sand in there is like a little extra texture. I think that's nice. I think it's very nice. So we've still got 8 smooth sandstone. Maybe I'll remove another piece here. Boom. Okay, that's as good as we're going to get. Now for this side, because it's going to be kind of hidden anyway, I'm going to use some sandstone like this, regular sandstone. Oop, I've put that in the wrong spot, haven't I? Oh my days. So I know there's going to be a roof here. So I'll put regular sandstone there, just so we don't use as much. I'll just start filling it in just like this. Boom. Okay. I know this is probably weird because it looks so strange, but I've got like the idea in my head and I think it's coming along very nicely. I think I might even need to make it a tiny bit taller, but I think I should get this roof on first. So let me go and grab some dark oak. I know we've got a bunch over here in the village. I'm just going to use the dark oak slabs. We should have enough. You got a stack and a half. Oh, this is coming together quite nicely. I think this looks really nice. Let me just craft up a bunch of spruce slabs. Wait, do we already have some? Oh man, we already have some and I just turned all those logs into planks. That's annoying. So I'll just fill this out to here, then same on the other side, and I'll do the exact same kind of thing I usually do with the roofs, just because I don't want it to be super tall, just like that. Okay, so now on the corners here, I want there to be some sandstone walls. Let me try and jump onto that. I don't think I'm going to be able to, am I? Oh, parkour king, look at that. So we'll go all the way up. Gonna have to do that again. First try. There definitely wasn't a bunch of that edited out. Don't worry. I'll do it at the front here as well, just like that. How does that look? Oh, that's nice. That gives it a nice kind of more round edge. Is there such thing as smooth sandstone walls? Let me check. Okay, no, there's no such thing as smooth sandstone walls. So the regular sandstone is going to have to do. But if we have a look at that, that's looking kind of good. I do need to fix this spot up here on both sides. So I'm going to grab just a single spruce stair like that and chuck this bad boy in here. Now I'm actually going to have to create a couple more spruce stairs because I just had an idea for the top. So we do want it to come out a little bit. Hold on, let me fill this in. That looks weird like that. Boom, boom. Okay. Yep, so for the top, I'm going to have to extend my scaffolding up again. Okie dokie. So I want to go one block down with a spruce stair, then have a spruce log on top of that on all sides, and then a spruce stair on the side of that log as well, facing outways, to kind of make it a little bit wider at the top. Then of course, strip them bad boys down. And I need to go grab some spruce trapdoors. I know I should have a ton in here somewhere from when we were building all these houses. Nope, there should be in the other chests then. I know I've got them somewhere. Oh, there they are. 27 should be plenty, at least to get us going. So I'll take the sandstone on the side down by one, and I'll place a log there. Then I'll place some trapdoors on the outside of them. Now the reason I changed that to a log is because you'll be able to see it from the bottom. Might not be able to see it from the side, but definitely from the bottom. So trapdoors like that. Then I'll increase these by one more block. Okay. And then on the outside of this one, I'll place in 2 trapdoors like, oh, hold on a second, like that. Okay. And I'll do that on all 4 sides, just like that. So it's given us like a barrier. Now I'll do the same thing with these trapdoors, but one block in. So you can see there's like a little bit of depth there, very small amount, but I think it's going to look good instead of just having flat. And I'm going to need a bunch more trapdoors. So let's turn this entire stack here. Well, I guess 2 stacks of spruce into some trapdoors. That should be more than enough. Now here I'm going to place one like that just to add a little bit of depth from that stair there, because I felt like it wasn't enough. Should I place one at the bottom too? Yes, I definitely should. Oh no, I'm gonna have to break this one here. I can't even get up. Okay, well, I should have just grabbed my shovel because I need it anyway. Okay, so I'll place a trapdoor at the bottom as well. Okay, hold on a second. Oh my days. There we go. Okay, I think this is coming along pretty nicely. Have a look at that. I think it's a little bit too flat here. So what if I grab some, maybe birch fences? I think that could look okay. But let me finish the top first. Oh my days, I'm getting distracted, guys. Not good. Not good at all. So I'll go on these corners here and place them in just to finish off this kind of fence thing up here. Just like that. How does that look? Oh, that is nice. I'm very happy with how this is turning out so far. So let me go and grab me birch. I know I've got a ton in this chest up here. I hope. Yep, look at that. Look at all that birch. That's bloody beautiful, mate. I grabbed the sticks I got from breaking all them trees and I'll just turn all of them into some birch fences. Oh, 48. That's way more than enough. I didn't even know why I did that then. Obviously was not thinking. So if I replace how many? The middle 2 or the middle 3? I think the middle 3. So I'll get rid of these. Boom, boom. Hopefully this looks good. I'm pretty sure it will because it just adds a little bit of extra depth. Gonna have to go on the roof again for this one. Just like this. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that is nice. Have a look at that, guys. Now, I don't like how flat this sandstone feels. So what I think I'm gonna do, I've never used signs before in a build like this, or like in a build where I'm using spruce. So I'm thinking I might give it a go. If I place them along here, right in the middle where the middle birch fence is, will that look good? Oh, nope, no. Right in the middle of the trapdoors pretty much. How does that look? Oh yeah, that's good. I think it's okay. Kind of breaks it up a little bit. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I do need to do some texturing at the bottom because the stone bricks need some cracked and some mossy stone bricks in there. But overall, I'm pretty happy. But for now, let's try and get the main roof kind of figured out before we start working on the next part. So I think it's going to go up by 2. Already goes up by 1 with the log. So I don't want it to be too tall. And I'll use a mix of sandstone and sand for this part, and I think stairs connecting them together will be perfect. So have I got sandstone in here? No, I've used it all. I think for this part I'm going to use cut sandstone for some of the stairs just because it's so close. Nope. Okay, that's not a thing. Oh my days, that's horrible. Just pretend I didn't do that. Okay. I thought there was a cut sandstone stair. Obviously not. Anyway, let's connect these together like this. And then you're not going to really be able to see it. I think I'll just connect them together like this for now. And I'll make a little area up here to stand on. Beautiful. Got to light the area up, of course. We don't want any bad guys spawning. There you go. Now you can climb all the way up. Beautiful. Let's fill in the bottoms a bit. Okay. I think that's looking pretty good. Obviously, once the roof is in, I think it'll look better. I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out so far. It does still look weird because it's just a long peninsula with nothing really on it and it's floating in the air right now. So I need to fix that. Let's take a break from building this thing right now. Let some more creative juices start flowing. Empty my inventory because I got way too much stuff on me, and I'm gonna head over and see how much cobblestone we have. Got a little bit. Got some sandstone and sand as well. We're gonna need some of that. Oh, we got a bunch of sandstone in here. Beautiful. I'm going to use that. And this. Oh, look at all this sandstone. Oh my days. Okay, now I can plan how I want this to kind of look. So I'm going to go under by 1. Let me take off my elytra. Nothing I hate more than trying to build underwater with an elytra on. I'm just going to create like a rough outline underneath, completely out of cobblestone, so I can place in like a little bit of sand around the edge. Not on all of them, just a little bit here and there. And then on top of that cobblestone, I'll place in sand. Let's see how that looks before I continue. I just want to make sure it looks fine first. Okay, that looks okay. I do want this to be very exaggerated. I don't want it to be very smooth like the beach was. If you saw us building that, I made a very smooth kind of gradient as it went down. I want this to be very steep because otherwise it's going to be very shallow in here. Okay, that's the cobblestone placed in on the inside. So I can go ahead and place all the sand down. Beautiful. And the other side. Okay, I got to connect this as well. There we go. And I'll just add in all the sand now. All right. I know it's only 1 layer of sand, but let's have a look at that. Okay, it doesn't really do much. I'm not going to lie. It still looks very much the same. But now what I want to do, I want to go down. Let's go down 3 blocks and create another line just like this. Just kind of following very loosely where this one follows. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm hoping it does because I don't really want to break all this cobblestone. But because I don't know, I'm just going to do around the lighthouse to start with before I continue on. Oh no, I need to breathe. Oh my days. I forgot that you need to breathe every now and again. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I guess place some sandstone on top every now and again. In some places I'll place it too tall. Okay, and on top of that I'll place in sand. Maybe not on all of it. Oh my days, this is going to be a little bit trickier than I was initially thinking. Maybe cobblestone isn't the go for this. Don't worry, this is a learning curve. Still figuring out how to make beaches in Minecraft. I guess I could also just be placing in more sand. Okay, I want to see how that looks because I don't know. It does look a bit weird. I'm not going to lie. Oh my days, what am I going to do? Okay, I think building like that is going to take way too long, and I don't have way too long. But I think it does look okay. Once I get rid of all the cobblestone, it starts to kind of come together a little bit more. Okay, I just had another idea. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go right here and I'm going to pretty much just mark out in cobblestone the kind of shape I want it to follow, like that. Maybe smoothing out a little bit more towards the bottom, right? And then I'll do the same thing to the side. Okay, so we get something like this. Now, if I quickly breathe, I can go under and start adding in a little bit of sandstone. And then on top of that, just sand. Just fill in all those extra spaces in there. And then on top of that, add in some more sand just to make it a little more interesting. Don't want it to be too flat, just like that. And now if I quickly go onto the surface so I can breathe, then I have a look from free cam. I think that looks okay. You know, I think that's pretty nice. So now I just need to do that on all sides, including the peninsula. And then this thing will start to look better. But also don't forget to connect it to the ground. Oh my goodness. Just like that. There we go. Okay, now let's do that all around in the form of a time lapse. So I'll see you guys in a second. After a lot of work, we finally got this thing actually looking a lot better. I think adding in the sand reaching down to the bottom really makes this seem like it's so much more real and I guess natural. There's still a lot to do, so I still have to fix up this side here and have it match up and meet up in the middle, and of course finish this tower itself, as well as the details along this path. So let's get started on that. I want to start by trying to shape up this side over here a lot better, because right now it's pretty bad. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of dig out and plan exactly where I think it should go. I'm going to at least give it a little bit of a better shape because obviously the shape is the most important part. And I think it makes a little bit more sense to have a little bit of stone here just because if it goes from stone to sand, I don't think that really makes much sense. So I'm just going to kind of dig it down until it's at the natural level. It didn't actually take as long as I thought it was going to take. This is it done now. And it's a little bit of a better kind of descent in the water there. So it doesn't look completely out of place. Now I was wondering maybe I could add some like little rocks sticking out on the sides here. I kind of want to see how that's going to look. Oh, we've got phantoms. Oh my days. Let me quickly go and have a little nap because I don't really want to be dealing with these guys. And while I'm there, I might grab a couple extra blocks that I actually need. So let's go ahead and empty everything into a shulker. And now I can go grab that stuff and have a quick rest of the ores. So I don't need many. I'm just going to grab the couple that I have here. I don't have much at all. This is, I guess, pretty much all that's left after building that huge bridge over there. Wow, this is looking pretty nice. I like this. Look at that. It just adds a little bit of extra into what would be just a pretty empty ocean. So I'm just changing a couple of these stone bricks to the mossy and the cracked variants. Well, you know what I've just realized? I feel like I should change this here to be logs as well. I think that makes the most amount of sense, just like that. I'm also going to grab up some stone and then some diorite and some cobblestone to turn it into andesite, just so we have some stone and andesite. Then I'm going to fill these walls in here using a mixture of both. Maybe I'll have this too high, like that. I don't like it only being one. There we go. I do want to put some spruce fences in there for windows. I think that'll look nice. So let's chuck these in there like that. And then in terms of details for the outside, we're using some trapdoors, some spruce stairs. I'll grab some spruce slabs as well. I will need a couple more spruce stairs. Boom. I'm going to add them in like a corner thing like this. Let me make this sure. Let me make sure that faces the right way. I think I should add a bush in the bottom there, like an azalea bush. I'll do this on the other side as well, just like that. I think it's nice. Now I do need to grab some dark oak logs that I've got over in this building here. One stack will be plenty, just so we can start working on this roof here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the crafting table. Oh, hey buddy, what are you doing in here? Oh my days. I'm going to come right up to the top. Oh, I'm going to need some more scaffolding. There it is. All right, let's try that again. So I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to try and figure out something for this roof, okay? So I'm going to try to create some kind of peaked roof. So I'm going to need some dark oak stairs and some slabs. I'm just going to place some dark oak stairs upside down on the corners. Then I'll go 2 slabs just like this. I'm going to need more on my days. And then I'll place... Oop, no, not that way. Hold on a second there, buddy. I'm going to need to place in some spruce planks to add in these final stairs. These ones will be right side up. Hold on a second. I keep messing this up. Come on, mate. Just like... Oh my days. Okay, just like that. Now I'll use some spruce slabs on the corners here. Oh man, if I keep messing this up, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna actually cry. Then I'll place some spruce planks. And then I think another spruce plank up and then stairs like this facing into each other, just like we did previously. I have made a roof like this before, but it's been a while. So I'm really hoping that I'm remembering how to make it correctly. So if I place them like that and then finally some spruce stairs once again, that should be the peak and that should look good. Oh yeah, I've done that pretty perfect, I think. Now the final thing I need to do is quickly make up a couple, well, I guess we just need one stone brick wall with a spruce fence on top. And there we go. That's the little peak there. And I think for the most part, that's pretty much the lighthouse looking almost perfect. I do want to add some more details just around it, mostly in the form of foliage. But for now, I'm pretty happy with that. So let me delete that. We'll head down and we'll start preparing to do the details for this peninsula thing. Now, let me see if I can add some rocks kind of just on the edge here. I need to make sure they go underneath the sand as well. I'll make sure to add in the andesite just for the texture. And then I'll need some stairs, some stone stairs, just for a little bit of extra shape on these rocks. Now I think I'll just add them in kind of to the edges every couple blocks. Just going to add one more in on this side. Then I'm just going to have a look at how that looks because I want to make sure it looks good. Now, let's have a look at that from free cam mode. You know what? I think that looks kind of good. I'm really digging it. Now on this side though, this felt a little bit too tall. So let's just add a little bit more in here like that. So now I guess I'll add a couple more just along this peninsula and then of course a couple near the lighthouse and we'll see how that looks all together. All right, I've got a bunch of rocks added in and I think it looks really nice. It's a good start to this peninsula and how we're going to be detailing it. Next up, it's time to grab up a bunch of spruce fences. Hopefully a stack and a half will be enough. I'm sure it will. I'm just going to dot these around the edge, maybe slightly in between each of these rock formations. Or I guess just wherever I see fit. After all, we don't want people falling into the ocean. Okay, I think that should be pretty good. There's a couple fences in between and it still looks quite out of place, but I'm pretty sure the next thing okay, I thought I was about to fall in the water. The next thing I'm going to do is going to kind of fix that up. So where are my leaves at? What on earth? Maybe they're in here. Or maybe I used them all building this farming town. Oh, nope, here they are. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about, mate. So now I'm going to add in a bunch of... Oh, hold on. Let me add in a bit of the rocks right here. Why do I have no... Oh, I put the stairs away. Silly me. Anyway, in between here, it'll start here where these stone bits kind of end. And I guess just in the places where there's no kind of fences, I just dot some of these leaves in. Some of them going on the sand as well, of course. Did I place one? Yeah, I placed one in the water. Oh my days, what's going on? All right, this is coming together nicely. Just with a couple bits of stone, some fences, and some leaves. This peninsula is already looking so much nicer. So now the next thing I can do, I can go ahead and move these things out of the way. And I guess I'll put them over here for now, along with all my other storages. Gonna empty everything out of my inventory just because I have so much stuff right now. And I'm just gonna take the leaves and where are my fences? There they are. I'm gonna make a couple of those trees that I've made before. I think that will look really nice. Once, of course, I figure out where they're gonna go. I guess maybe I'll just chuck one here. I'm not going to make them too big. And once again, I just scatter a bunch of leaves around the outside, just making sure that it's not tall enough to hit your head as you're running past. Just like that. Nothing crazy. Just a very simple tree. Maybe I'll add another one right here because there's quite a lot of space. They don't have to be perfect. I think that looks pretty cool. I don't like how kind of gray these leaves are, but it's the biome, so there's not really much I can do about that, unfortunately. I think another tree right here, but I have to remove this leaf, maybe move it in a bit, and then just placing the tree kind of here will be nice. This one's got quite a bit more color on it, so that's nice. That's what I like to see. There we go. I like that tree the most. Or maybe not the top. The top part looks a bit weird. Hold on a second. Can I even get up there? Yes, I can. Beautiful, mate. There we go. That'll be fine. And I think one in here, or maybe two. I'll go one here. This one's going to be a short one, only five tall, just like that. I have a feeling I'm gonna need another one on this side, but I don't really want to block the view of the lighthouse. I'm gonna leave it for now. What I will do though for the lighthouse is add in some leaves kind of stretching throughout, just around it, I guess. Oh my days, look at this. There's like a staircase using this tree to get on here. That's so cool. That was unintentional too. Hey, there's a turtle. Wow, so majestic. So kind of just dotting these over the tops of this roof and just wrapping it around just like that. Nothing crazy, just a little bit. Now I'm gonna go grab some bone meal. I'm gonna need a little bit more. Okay, we got 42. Oh no, hold on, we got bone meal itself in there. That's perfect. I got a couple peonies and some rose bushes in here. So let's go back and we'll start adding in some grass. This is always my favorite part. And then finally adding in the Rose bushes and peonies. This is coming together so nicely. Look at that, guys. Oh my days. I think I want to try and add some seagrass into this sand here a little bit. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit, because the sand just looks a little bit boring, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, we're out of bone meal, but let's have a look at that. Yeah, that little bit of bone meal just really adds a lot more kind of detail to that water. I think it looks so much better. Now I'm going to grab up my hoe, my water bucket, and do I have seeds? I know for sure I've got seeds in the farming village. Come on. Do I have hay bales? Oh, we got hay bales too. Bloody beautiful, mate. And we got wheat seeds. And there's another thing I want to go get. I want to get some sweet berry bushes. And we're here at our sweet berry bush. One of my favorite farms, by the way. I just think it's so aesthetic. It's not very functional because if you want to try and walk through, you get prickled to death. But hold on, what's going on here? What on earth? Okay. I've only got a leaf on me, so that's going to have to do for now. I have a feeling that's the job of an enderman. But we got 40 sweet berry bushes, so let's go back. That should be way more than enough. Ooh, hold on. I'm almost out of steak. So let me grab some more Aussie beef. Boom. Look at that, mate. 64. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, this looks so good. Look at that, guys. Oh, my days. You know what else I've forgotten? I've forgotten bloody spruce slabs again. Let me grab them bad boys from over here. 7 will be enough. Okay. It'll have to suffice. Now, what I want to do... I need an azalea bush too. I want to add like a line of sweet berry bushes around the edge here. I think that'll be nice. And then on the other side, if I can get there... should I even put a wheat farm in here? I don't think so. I'm just going to add some sweet berry bushes in just along the edge a little bit like that. Can I add some on the outsides? Maybe one there, one there, one there. No, I'm just going to scatter these throughout here as well, just because they look so good. Just be careful when walking through here because you get prickled. But in my opinion, that's worth it. I'm okay getting a little bit of prickle in here, prickle in there, and I just need a little bit more bone meal. That's what I actually came back for, but I don't think I grabbed it. Where that bone meal at? 48. Okay, that's perfect, mate. Boom, and drop down perfectly. All right, so now I can continue to add in the bone meal around the sand. I'll just add some more bone meal a little bit lower because I felt like it was still looking a little bit strange. It wasn't kind of meeting my expectations. So if I have it on the bottom bit as well, it's just gonna kind of meet everything else that's on the sea floor. So I think it'll be nice. All right, that should be good. Now let's have a look at that from the sky. Oh yeah, that is looking good, guys. And keep in mind, it is raining. I know you can't see it because I've got the rain turned off, but it still makes an impact on how this looks. This will look so much better when the sun's out and about. Now, I want to put a little wheat farm in here because if you guys have watched me for long enough now, you know that I am absolutely addicted to wheat. I think it is by far the best looking thing you can add to anything. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll have water right here. We'll just fill this whole thing in. And just like that, we've got another wheat farm. Looking bloody beautiful. Obviously when it grows it's going to look better. Now there's 2 more things I want to grab. I think they're going to really make this area look so much nicer. So, oh my days. So let me head back to my base. Oh, I just thought of another thing. I wasn't actually coming here to grab this, but if I use some sugarcane, that'll look really nice along the edge. But I'm actually here for dead bushes, which I don't even know if I actually have. And if I do, I have no idea where I've put them. Maybe they're in the flowers. Let me have a check. Oh yeah, there they are. Beautiful, mate. So let me go to my little azalea tree farm and see if I can collect some, which is right here. If I just bone meal this and then I break this down. Oh, hang on. Let me grab some of these flowering azalea leaves. They're so gorgeous. And if I pop this tree, I should get a bunch of bushes, right? Okay, I got 2. I guess that's good because I can just plant another one there straight away. And then I can go somewhere else over near where we're building because I want to grab some of that rooted dirt. That rooted dirt is so important. It's one of the hardest blocks to grind, I think, because you have to plant a tree every time. So if I grow a tree, then I break this like that. Boom. There we go. Now the reason the leaves break so fast is because I have a mod that speeds that up because otherwise it just takes forever. Now, if I just grow a bunch of these, I should be able to just go ahead and break all these logs and get the rooted dirt in a nice kind of line and then just break these logs. Come on, where are the other logs? Ah, come on. Just like that. I think that's all of them. Nope, there's a log in here somewhere. Oh my god, there's another one. Come on. Okay, that's it. There we go. Now we should get a bunch. Ooh, we got 7 plus 4 flowering. Let's try doing this so there's a bit more leaves each time. There we go. Nope, there's still one more. Oh my days. These trees are so weird. There we go. We'll just do 2 more. I'll grab all the rooted dirt and get out of here. We got a bunch of flowering azalea leaves and normal azalea leaves, which allegedly, according to some of you guys in my comments, are not affected by the biomes. totems. So I could potentially place them down over there and have a little bit of a different color where it's very grayscale. So let's give that a go. If I kind of drop in this tree. Oh, they do. Look at that. Wow. That's so nice. We can get a bit of extra color in there. Can add some purples as well into the tree. That's nice. I don't know why I haven't got more azalea leaves before. I feel like it's so obvious. Okay, maybe I don't love it. To be honest, but if I go ahead and place some of these ones on the floor, I think that would be nice, just to have a little bit of extra color. Only the flower and azalea leaves, just like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab this sugarcane. I don't have any string. Okay, that's fine. I'll just make these tall. Go like that, and then I'll do another one over here. Then I'll do one more over on this side right here. Boom. Okay, now I'm gonna grab the dead bushes and I'm gonna scatter these along the sand that's just sticking out a little bit, just to add a little bit of extra color in there, just like that. Do that on the other side as well. Oh, hello, Mr. Spider. Where did you come from? Get out of here, mate. He's not gonna be over here for a while. He's not gonna even worry about the guy. And of course, the flower and azaleas just in here, just because it looks nice. Boom. Okay, now it kind of sucks that this wheat isn't grown, but I'm gonna grow the wheat that you'll be able to see from the front using bone meal. Oh, come on. I thought you were gonna be gone for a while, mate. You came in quick. Okay, let me have a look at that from the sky. Guys, look at that. Does that not look so good? Considering this was literally just open ocean before, now we've got this huge, amazing watchtower in here, or lighthouse, sorry, with a nice peninsula. Oh man, this is looking so good, guys. Now, there's one more thing we need to do, which I've kind of been delaying it a long time because it's probably the hardest part of this whole thing. I need to get some glowstone and oh my god. It's been a while since I've been to the nether, so I guess it's time to finally make our way back to the nether. Guys, look at that as we fly away. That is so good. I think that looks so epic. I'm so happy with how that turned out. I'm not gonna lie. I was a bit nervous. This is a video I was very nervous to make because I thought I wasn't gonna be able to do it, but I think it's turned out pretty nice and in good time too. It's only been 10 days. Or 9 days, I guess, because we started on day 401. It's day 410 right now. So we've done this at a pretty decent pace. Hopefully we can easily find some glowstone because I don't want to be in here for long. Oh, what is this? Hold on a minute. This is a shroom light. Maybe I could use a shroom light. Or is it less bright than glowstone? Maybe I'll just grab some glowstone, to be honest. I've got a convenient little bridge here. I don't know why, but yeah, I feel like this is so much brighter than the shroom light. I'm just going to grab a couple pieces and let's go back. Before we meet any of the natural inhabitants of this nether. I do not want to see them. They are not friendly. Okay, that was 157,000 times easier than I thought it would be. So let's head back and let's get the light for the lighthouse set up. I guess the most important part of the lighthouse. Otherwise, it's just a house if it's got no light. Man, this looks so good. Oh my days. Absolutely mesmerizing. So I'm going to grab some regular sandstone walls. I'm also going to grab some cut sandstone and we're going to try and fly into the building there. Can I do it? Can I do it? Oh yeah, I'm a goat. I'm a literal living goat. Anyway, I'm going to fill this around the edge like that and add some sandstone like that and then just glowstone like this. I think that looks fine. I think I need to do something here. I don't really like that. Should I use maybe trapdoors? Let's grab some trapdoors. We got 24. This lighthouse looks so good. I'm so happy with it. Oh, that was almost deadly. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now, let's have a gaze at that. Oh, yeah. That looks so nice. Did I not detail the front? I didn't detail the front. Oh, my days. What's going on, guys? Let me grab a couple things. It's going to be very easy to detail that front bit, but we need to do it to be able to finish. And I didn't put in any hay bales. I grabbed them and I didn't use them at all. I'll grab 2 spruce stairs. I do need a door. So I'll grab a door just like that. I guess 3 of them, whatever. I do need a single stone stair and I want to use some dark oak fences. The question is, do I have any? Nope. I need to make them. Thankfully, that shouldn't be too hard. There we go. 9 should be plenty. Okay, now let's go over there and finish that front door. So stone stair. Then I'm going to do spruce stairs like this, fences on the side, a trapdoor in the middle, chuck on a front door, and I think that's good. I don't really love how flat these walls feel, but I think it should be okay. I could add fences like this with a stair underneath, but I feel like that's overdone over there. I don't want to do that again. Maybe I'll just keep this flat like this. It doesn't need to have crazy detail on that house bit. After all, it is just a lighthouse. It's not meant to be a fancy house, so I think that's nice. I do, however, need to maybe add 1 on the floor here for a lantern, and then I need to fill this in here so there's no hole. But overall, I think this has turned out really nice. Obviously, this side is flattened out a lot better now. So it does feel pretty nice kind of moving in through here. I really like how this peninsula has turned out. Then eventually I can kind of fix this beach here and build maybe like a fishing dock or something over here. I think that will be really nice, or maybe closer to the middle. I think that'll be really swell, and kind of build out like a beach kind of thing. Yeah, this has turned out way better than I expected it to. I'm so excited to start working on this area a bit more too. But I think the next thing in this area will be to fix up this side in here, get this bridge going, and then kind of shape up this river here a bit more, because right now I really don't like the shape of it, and there's a lot of water under here, which is weird. I don't like this at all. I want to fix that. But ladies and gentlemen, look at us go. I'm so happy with this lighthouse and this kind of peninsula land that we created. I think it's turned out so nice, and it's really nice to kind of walk through, and yeah, it's turned out so good. I think it just looks very different, which is nice. It really kind of just makes this cove in here feel a lot nicer, and I think the map ends about here. This is kind of the line where our map finishes. So if we quickly have a look at the map now, we'll be able to see what it looked like before. We're not updating it today. We update it every 100 days, which if you haven't seen, you can always check that out in the 100-day videos. But as you can see, this is what it looked like before. We've extended it all the way out here. We've cut off this piece of land here, and yeah, now we've got this big piece sticking out here. So it's kind of creating a bit of a different shape to what it was before. It was very open. Now we've kind of closed it off a little bit, but yeah, I'm excited to see how this changes. This is going to be so cool. I really want to finish all of this area in here before day 500. This area too, this area is not good. But you can see this river here changes shape so many times. It's very wide here, then it gets very thin, then it gets very wide again, and then over here it gets even wider. So I want to fix this whole thing up and just make it a lot better. It's very ugly right now. So I think once we fix that, that'll be a nice big change. And then we can of course add like a fishing dock out here. But yeah, it's coming together nicely. Obviously, the plan is to fill out this entire map by day 1000. I don't know if we're going to actually get it, but we're going to get pretty close. I have a feeling that we're going to be able to expand very quickly, especially down here for what I have planned. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're still watching, you're an absolute legend. I appreciate you so much. Ouch. If you haven't yet and you're still watching, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, because we're trying to hit 100,000 before GTA 6, which we're on track to hitting, which is absolutely insane. So thank you guys so much for all the support recently. But that is the lighthouse now done and dusted. I hope you enjoyed this kind of smaller build, and if you did, please let me know, because I thoroughly enjoyed making it. And if you guys enjoy watching it too, that's, you know, good for everyone. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and until next time, peace out.